Say hi if you're in the chat. Just finishing up some situating here, and then we're going to get started in just a second. Probably going to be a lazy stream today. We're all snowed in. Most of the continental U.S. is all snowed in, so what a better time to just grab yourself a warm cup of cocoa, relax, and do a little drawing. So, that said, let's get on into it. Allegedly present. Well, there are worse ways to be. Worse ways to be than allegedly present. All of the power, none of the light. True. Howdy, CL. See if you can make it. I'm curious, CL, is it snowing where you're at? Is it snowing? Music is a bit loud. One of these days I'll get my audio mix right. Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I think we might be dealing with a bit of lag here. bit of stream lag. It's okay. I think we can live. I think we'll live with just a little bit of lag. You know, that's probably like my least favorite thing about watching anyone else do a live stream is they'll run into a technical issue. It's not that big a deal, but you know, it's not perfect. The stream isn't perfect, and so they just spend so much time trying to fix it. I'm just sitting there like, oh my god, just let it go, just let it go, just live with it. Let the stream be not perfect. Then Helldive. I still have not played that. Still have not played Helldivers. Sorry, I had a bit of a yawn there. Strongly recommended. You know, everyone who has played it has very much enjoyed it. I might get it next time it's on sale. Budget's kind of tight. You know how it is. Yeah. Things are tough all over these days. Try not to talk about it. I know other people got their own problems. You don't need to be burdened with mine. So CL, you staying warm out there? Got that winter storm coming down on us. You doing good? Yeah, it's pretty good here. All right. Yeah, I haven't left the house all day. I hear like the roads outside our little neighborhood block are all right. It's just I don't really want to go that far, and I didn't have a good reason to anyway. Just stay in. Just enjoy the excuse to not go places. Mercifully, the roads are good here. Nice. Yeah, it was bad enough I couldn't even go into work last night. Had to call out. Most of the crew called out too. We all have like a way to see who all has called out. And I was watching those call outs come rolling in. I was like, damn. Nobody's gonna get anything done tonight. Who are you drawing, by the way? It's kind of a new character. Her name is Belit. And she is partly inspired by the Dark Sun setting, if you're familiar with that. Happens to be one of my favorite of the old school D&D settings. And it will, perhaps tragically, die in obscurity with only the fans to remember it. Could be worse. Could have gotten a terrible adaptation. Yeah, you're right. It could have gotten the Planescape treatment. I don't know if you saw 5e's take on Planescape, but it is different. Let me say that. it is different. The Xbox 360 Shadowrun game that never happened comes to mind. Yeah. I mean, Shadowrun really has not done well since I think it was the NES. I think the NES had a pretty good Shadowrun adaptation. Of course, let's be honest, there was never going to be a video game adaptation of Dark Sun. That was not in the cards, not how magic works. So yeah, when you say new games, do you mean the new Shadowrun adaptations? Yeah, Returns is kind of but Hong Kong and Dragonfall are pretty good. You know, Anna in chat here was saying that Shadowrun Hong Kong was pretty good. She liked that one. So maybe I'll have to give that one a try. Harebrained Shadowrun trilogy absolutely got the most important part of the game right. Your party are all utterly unhinged and have no self-preservation skills. I mean, yes. If you had self-preservation instincts, you would not be a Shadowrunner. That's just how it is. Should probably draw clothes on this character before before YouTube starts getting antsy. Pardon me. Hey Eternal, welcome to the chat. We are discussing Shadowrun. So Shadowrun and the video game adaptations thereof. So if you have a hot take, feel free to drop it. I'm going to put this on a new layer. Wrong layer. There you go. Hot take, I think everything, or almost everything, should be susceptible to bleed in Elden Ring. I mean, you're not wrong. Because if it bleeds, we can kill it. I cannot draw shoulders lately to save my life. Evolving bones was a colossal mistake as a species. I mean, that can be undone. We can undo the bones. We can undo the bones. Can't wait to become crab as nature intended. Wow. It's gonna be a while on that one. I can tell you that much. Become crab is a long and involved process. Uh-oh, there goes my phone. It's nothing important. Just an alarm telling me to take my meds. Which I already took, so a useless alarm. I need to look something up. Check my references. Which would be easier if I would consolidate all of my reference folders. Okay, well while that chugs, I'm gonna be doing something else. Thoughts on the princess from Mullet Mad Jack? I'm afraid I'm not familiar with that. What are we discussing? What is you talking about? It's a game. I had assumed from the name, I want to think it's like maybe some kind of cyberpunk sort of game. Cyberpunk action game. Which honestly sounds pretty cool. Kinda. Okay. Well, it seemed like you were trying to pull up a link or a reference there, so I will be patient. TLDR. Oh, hey, Brickmaster Max, what's up? Yeah, we're talking video games. TLDR 90s, cyberpunk future, humanity has evolved to live on dopamine, and there's live streams of robo-billionaire murder. Oh, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. I'm suddenly on board. Hell yeah. You have 10 seconds to finish missions? Holy shit, yeah, nice. There's a tabletop game I want to run that I have like a homebrew system for. But it is basically like in the 90s cyberpunk future. You know, they have live streamers like we do, so they decided to basically rent out an entire shopping mall complex / apartment building, and they filled it full of these live streamers. And so your job as the player is to get as many watchers as you possibly can by doing absolutely stupid shit. You know, do stupid stunts, make a call out post, snipe someone else's live stream. But murder gives you 1 to 3 seconds bonus time? Holy crap. I like this mullet. This was it Mullet Mad Jack? Yes. Mullet Mad Jack, yeah. And it dovetails nicely into some tabletop game ideas I had that were percolating. The link is the YouTube trailer. So it looks like you didn't post the link That might be on my end. I might have set my chat filter settings. Unless you DM'd it to me. If you tried to put it in the YouTube chat, don't worry about it. Just DM it to me and I'll check it out as soon as the stream ends. Fun game, and the shotgun is the essence of pure sex. Shotguns in video games are usually pretty nice. It's probably a good thing shotguns in real life are not that nice, because whew, that murder rate would all be even higher than it already is. Can't get the fun toys now. Third level upgrade lets you stuff extra shells in for extra damage. That's not how that works, but okay. Oh, video game logic. But it's fun. Well, you know, that's really all you need. My pen tip starting to go? No, it's alright. And you get to fight Punished V2 from Ultra Kill. Well, hey. It's a bonus right there. Finish searching? No, why did you open that? I didn't want that. Oh, come on. Didn't pull up at all what I wanted. Side note, while I hate Dante Alighieri's interpretation of hell, the dev for Ultra Kill did good with it. Well, no, that's an interesting take. What is your particular objection with how Dante Alighieri described hell? I'm not saying you're wrong, of course, I'm just curious. He put gays and people who committed suicide in a lower circle of hell than murderers. Technically the same circle, but the aforementioned people are lower down than the murderers. Fair point. Fair point. And it is biblical self-insert fanfiction. This is also true. Can't fault your reasoning, sir. If I don't find this damn thing soon, I just have to live without. Yep, we'll just have to live without it. Alright, then. In fairness, biblical self-insert fanfic describes a lot of the Renaissance. Yeah, a lot of nobles going around demanding that their likeness be put in this or that biblical scene, yeah. Paraphrasing a quote, but there are moments where damned souls basically go, "Hey, you're that famous poet Dante." I mean, if you're going to go ahead and write a self-insert fanfic, go whole hog and have everyone know you and think you're famous. Sorry, I got a stretch there. You know, earlier I said they probably wouldn't make a Dark Sun video game adaptation. I was wrong. I just remembered there was two of them, Wake of the Ravager and there was another one. They were both part of like the gold box. I'd forgotten completely about those. I wonder how they handled the magic in those. Because Dark Sun magic is pretty wild. Honestly, for Shadowrun, I went Shaman. Yeah, yeah. Shaman's usually pretty solid build. I don't... In earlier editions, like the standard Hermetic mages got a slightly different spell set, but I mean, unless you're just gonna play a nerd, I don't know why you'd go Hermetic in Shadowrun 5e. I have been, and shall continue to be a Mystic Adept enjoyer. Yeah, I mean, that's a perfectly good build too. I'm just saying that why would you play anything other than an elf shaman? All that drain and all that charisma to resist all that drain. If I remember, you can be a gold digger in returns. So you mean like there's a plot line that lets you marry someone for their money? Because, hear me out, exact same Elf Shaman build plus being able to punch holes in an engine block barehanded. Got her eyes wrong. You can try to marry some Corpo Big Shot's daughter after stopping some evil spirit bugs. I mean, I feel like that's just kind of the standard reward for stopping insect spirits. Or at least it should be. And I mean, really, what were her marriage options going to be anyway? She going to marry for love? Ha. She's a court princess. Need her for that political alliance. So, you know, may as well hand her off to the first Shadowrunner who manages to stop the insect menace. And in Hong Kong, you can outsmart a Yamaking. That sounds terrifying. When you mention Yamakings in the case of gaming, I always immediately think of White Wolf's Kindred of the East setting, and Yamakings are fucking scary in that. It's fine, total milk run, smooth and simple. Yeah, it's a cakewalk. Taking candy from a baby. In and out. Think a Cenobite, but is afraid of other Cenobites. Yeah, in Kindred of the East, the Yamakings are very much kind of like your classic devil type, but there's a bunch of different varieties of them. If you're familiar with the way that Dungeons and Dragons handles the 9 hells. You're pretty familiar with how the Yama Kings work. But with like even more suck, because you usually don't have epic resistances to all the horrific environmental damage that's being done to you. What clan would you want to be in Vampire? Oh, fuck, man. I don't know. God, they all suck. I know that's the point, but they all suck. Maybe a Toreador if they can all leave me alone. Science fact, La Sombra best clan. Yeah, I guess. But then, you know, they're gonna expect you to be part of the Sabbat. It's like every La Sombra is part of the Sabbat. Yeah, but in exchange for my Sabbat membership potential, I could in theory learn how to yeet people who displease me into a hell realm of eternal darkness. I am torn between Banu Hakim, Ventrue, and Toreador. See, the only problem with Ventrue and Toreador is other Ventrue and Toreador, which is a fate I would not wish upon my worst enemy. I don't know if you guys can tell, but my wife stopped by to give me a hug. Banu Hakim's so cool though. I mean, they're all right actually. They're pretty chill. See, now it's kind of cool that like the Setites mostly leave each other alone, and you know other vampires tend to leave the Setites alone. But I don't think I'm enough of a cold-hearted bastard to be a Setite. They'd embrace me and then like 3 days later realize, oh fuck, we made a mistake. And then my ass gets Diablerized. Frankly, they're some of the more reasonable kindred. As long as they don't have any hits out on you, they abide by the ancient Tibetan philosophy of don't start none will be none. Very well. This is true, but again, they're usually working some kind of angle. And like I said, I'm not enough of a bastard. Ooh, you know what? Serpents of Light. We're gonna go with Serpents of Light. I don't care that they're a Sabbat thing. They're really only there for the sake of convenience. I just like the idea of vampire justicars. Yeah. I like that apparently our discussion of vampire and tabletop gaming has driven away everyone else. Honestly, vampire is cool. I'm not gonna say anything bad about vampire, but there's a lot of other World of Darkness product lines that I vastly prefer. My two favorite ones are Kindred of the East and Mage, both very, very philosophical kind of product lines, and I like that. Werewolf is my baby for the same reason that in Vampire I prefer Sabbat. It's baked into the setting expectations that the party are there to cooperate with and to support each other, not PvP. Yeah, I think that's actually probably where Vampire made a mistake. There's too much potentiality for inter-party conflict. I mean, a little inter-party conflict is fine, but there's just too much reason for people to dick each other over in vanilla Vampire. My only thing is how many curses the Banu Hakim have. If I remember right, they got cursed like 5 times. Yes, that is true. They got the big Diablerie curse. They've been cursed a bunch of other times too. A big one was they got cursed by the Salubri. So can't they only drink vampire blood? They can't do it directly, which is like 2 curses. Yeah. I don't think it's they can only drink vampire blood, but it is that they like don't get enough vitae from drinking human blood, or they're addicted. They're just blanket addicted to vampire blood, something like that. We're also running into like, additions and tabletop versus LARP rules. I almost hate to say this, but the Bali are kind of cool. But again, I'm not enough of a bastard for them to embrace me. Definitely an Edition Wars thing. The Assamites have had more revisions to their clan fall than just about any other clan. Yes, that is true. I think the only one that even comes close are the Salubri themselves. Bali are cool, and you should say it. You know, you say you like the demon-worshipping weirdo bug vampires, and all of a sudden everybody starts looking at you funny. Imagine getting embraced by a Malkavian. Holy fuck. No. Holy shit, no. I don't want to think about it. I don't really like that expression. Change the eyebrows. You mean you don't want to have prophetic visions or ghostly voices that help you? I don't want to have to deal with like the crippling schizophrenia that's gonna bring, man. I think I could live with being a Malkavian if it was just have the mental health problems I already have, but now with the ability to yeet them at people. Yeah. I will say though, 9s suck in the game. 9s sucks in the game, yeah. Bro seems like he was just using you. I mean, it's vamps for you. This is why I'm a dedicated mage player. Mages do fuck each other over. Not that often. Anarchs. Yeah, dude, we're way more chill than the Camarilla. Also Anarchs. So how are you useful to me, though? Yeah. That's what I... It's just, it's just the story, ain't it? You know? Ah, we're totally different from those other guys that came before us. Totally not. Wait. Okay, we're waiting. Are you saying you're a Giovanni? I mean, I am Italian. I don't know, being Giovanni is a terrible thing to accuse a man of. Could be Bruja. We need to get Bro away from his cousins. I mean, honestly, it's not even like the whole Giovanni are a problem. It's just they don't like other vampires, and and Augustus Giovanni is a piece of shit. The live ones are probably safe, but you never know. Oh my god. Yeah, yeah. See, like, they always want to make the Giovanni seem like, you know, this really dangerous mafia-esque crime family, but I mean, fuck, man, they barely do anything in Metaplot. They're just kind of there. Most of the ones that are around nowadays aren't even the ones that fucked over the Cappadocians. So you can't even be like, what about, you know, 700 years ago? It's like, yeah, but none of them are around 700 years ago. That's just Augustus Giovanni being a dick. Bruja is a better thing to be, yes. All they did was kill a bunch of them in the game. In my opinion, it's not worth playing Giovanni if your storyteller is going to be really cool about doing... Or it's only worth playing Giovanni if your ST is going to be really cool about doing weird shit with necromancy. I mean, I just like necromancy. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Dark Ages Vampire, my favorite clan was some Cappadocian. And fucking don't get me started on the Tremere. Fuck the Tremere. God. Fuck the Tremere 6 ways from Sunday with a rusty rake. Fuck all of them. I say that as both a vampire player and a mage player. Fuck the Tremere. Or if it's okay with you also having personal centuries-old beef with Rodrigo Borgia or something. Yeah. I know this is a dangerous answer, but I might prefer to go Kaidif. I know that means there's like some cities I can never show my face in. Ooh, Gongrel! What, do you don't like turning people into chairs and tables? Gongrel. Gongrel's a good clan. Truly, Gongrel are the utmost in, and this is my problem, how? Moisturized, in their own lane, thriving, etc. Yes. Yes. The Gongrel's approach to everything is just, leave me alone. Which is how I would be as a vampire, is leave me alone. Maybe old clan Shinsei. If you promised me I got Coldenism. What is this I hear about true faith? Do you mean in game, or are we memeing here? I don't know if there's been an addition change to True Faith or anything. In game, I mean, it's mostly just like a thing you can have, and you can use it to repel vampires. Like, vampires are not natively repulsed by holy artifacts. You gotta have true faith to repel a vampire. You hear the collective weary sigh of every ST who's ever tried actually using True Faith. You know, True Faith makes a lot more sense if you import the rules from Demon the Fallen. It basically just becomes a dice pool that your vampire character has to roll against or not be repelled. But you've got to use the faith potential rules from Demon the Fallen. Yeah, but I know like 3 people who are actually willing to learn to play Demon. Well, you know 3 people who are really cool, and you know a whole bunch of people who are lame. Demon the Fallen is vampire but better. So next time people say, but I want to play vampire, you tell them we're playing Demon instead. Science fact. Yes. They fixed everything wrong with vampire when they went to Demon. One great big correction, every character gets their own customized horrid form. See, that's just the start. This would improve vampire dramatically. One of my big issues with vampire is that they wanted to make it this kind of slow burn, or at least all the flavor implies that it's kind of like this slow burn, very character driven, very RP heavy, very, you know, kind of personality and fuck your buddy kind of system. And then they keep giving everybody like new combat abilities. And it's just like, what do you guys want? What are you doing? Build the system that reinforces the concepts you say you want people to use. I have seen better social mechanics in an OSR system. What are you doing? So I looked into it. Some Nosferatu had true faith, apparently. Yes, vampires can have true faith. In fact, one of the NPCs they had in the meta plot, a gargoyle named Ferox, he had true faith like 10. You can have like true faith, and you can have very, very high true faith. It is not exclusive to non-vampires. God, I want to play the system. What I would recommend is you play in Modern Knights, which is like the modern day system. But you use the discipline rules from Dark Ages. Specifically, Dark Ages Vampire, not Vampire the Dark Ages. They're different. I don't know why they did that, but they're different. And I feel the discipline rules for Vampire the Dark Ages, or Dark Ages Vampire, are superior to regular Vampire the Masquerade. If you get the V20, the Vampire 20th Anniversary Edition, you should be golden. Rules in there are pretty good. And avoid 5th edition Vampire like the fucking plague, because it is god awful. And someone went absolutely politics brained with it, so it has some absolute madness in there. Just don't do it. Dark Ages Vampire is in fact the good shit. Yes, everyone loves Dark Ages Vampire. Everyone, even people who don't like Vampire, like Dark Ages Vampire. How bad are we talking? So one of the things that World of Darkness tries very hard to do, except in the early days. We're talking like 1992, 93, something like that. Everything after that has tried very, very hard to not bring in real world politics, real world celebrities, real world events, that sort of thing. I'm sure that part of it was a financial decision, because while the writers and many of the players of the game probably lean a little left, we'll say, in the words of Michael Jordan, Republicans buy sneakers too. So I think part of it was a business decision, and part of it also is it just sort of cheapens the human experience if you say that George Bush Jr. is a vampire, okay? Like that's just lame and stupid. And 5th edition decided that they didn't want to do that they were going to hard comment on current political realities at the time, like situations going on in Russia and things like that, which for me was an undermining of a lot of the basic assumptions of the setting. Yeah. A lot of the older editions were big on the idea that the world was an ugly, depressing place, even without the supernatural aspect, and the 5th edition just kind of noped out of that. That is true. Yeah. Like, the idea that they went with in 5th edition was that basically it was all the vampires' fault. Which was not how it was in older editions. Still got some scary, some gore, etc., but definitely wants to make all the bad parts of the world magic or demons or whatever, just not. Sometimes not just sometimes humans are awful. Yes. Again, key component of older editions, which I and many other people really liked, was that you don't need a blood-sucking 1,000-year-old fiend sitting on your shoulder to be a bad person. So basically, forgot there was a lot of problems outside of Santa Monica. See, I think that maybe the problem was that they wanted to they were too familiar with the problems outside of Santa Monica. They forgot to include verisimilitude into their setting. Yeah. Older editions of, say, Vampire held the position that vampires can be monstrous because they're humans with blood magic, not becoming a vampire magically makes you evil. Yes. Explicitly in all the descriptions of vampire was that being a vampire gives you this set of instincts that are very, very dark and very, very destructive to the people around you. And it can be very, very hard to fight against them, but you can fight against them, and you can be a good person. Base flavor of the delicious soups that were old World of Darkness was power makes people comfy with being their worst selves. Feel like that hits the nail on the head there. Fortunately, 5e was pretty resoundingly rejected by the community as a whole, so you will likely find a lot of people who will just, you don't have to worry about them wanting to run that for you. Insert Uncle Ben quote. Yeah, exactly. That is one reason why I really like mage, because as a mage you are called upon to use your power, but use it responsibly. That is a broad theme across all of the mage supplements, is that you can't do like a vampire. Like if a vampire wanted to live morally, they could go find some small town in the middle of nowhere, reveal themselves to a couple of trustworthy mortals, and just take blood donations essentially until the end of time. A mage can't do that. A mage in a lot of ways has to express their power, but it's the question of how do they do that responsibly. Didn't they turn werewolf into some environmentalist weirdness? No. Werewolf was always environmentalist weirdness. It was always about the nature of interacting and living with the natural world and the damage that humans can do to it. I have joked in the past that Werewolf is White People Suck, the game, which is unfair. Funny, but unfair. Somehow they turned Ted Kaczynski into a werewolf hero. Werewolf went from "you are eco-terrorist cultists fighting a losing holy war" to "you are centrist American political protesters who happen to also be furries part-time." See, now we're getting into what I think is the core problem with a lot of the modern day takes on the World of Darkness, both classic World of Darkness, old World of Darkness, what we're talking about, and new, quote unquote, new World of Darkness. It's 20 years old, but it really seems like at around 2010 or 2012 or so, a lot of the people designing the new stuff for World of Darkness, any of the product lines, any new or old, seemed to be they had a boner, frankly, like turning werewolves into basically kind of like these kind of cuddly fairy folk. There was another really messed up supplement for New World of Darkness that was your like fear eaters, and so you go around and you like scare the piss out of people by bringing up their worst nightmares and their worst fears. So you have to like psychologically traumatize people in order to get like your power. And it was a little kind of messed up. And then you found out that the guy writing it, fear eaters. Yes, they were fear eaters. So they had to psychologically traumatize people. But it was okay because, you know, you could do it in a way that like benefited people, sort of, maybe, kind of, not really. And then it turned out that like the chief writer was a pedophile. So it sort of threw all of the concept of harming people for their own good and your own nourishment into a completely fucked up lens. So yeah, isn't that some Harry Potter shit? Yes, that is some Harry Potter shit. And it all comes back to Harry Potter, and Harry Potter has been a blight upon our society. Yikes. Talk about context that absolutely nobody wanted. Yes. That was Primordial the Torment or something like that. Yeah. I think what you get, anyway, what I'm trying to get at is when you drill down into it, a lot of the problems that are these newer editions stem from the fact that they made the darkness too sexy. And now we've got fucking freakazoids out here. rubbing off all the grit from the setting and the supplement so that it can be more boner friendly. Gotta go, bedtime. Oh, of course he goes to bed right after I tell that story. Of course. Alright, night, CL. Sorry I work tomorrow. That's fine, that's fine. Just you would pick now. Alright. Sleep well. You have a good day at work tomorrow. We're not gonna keep going too much longer. I'm just gonna finish this hair out. Well, maybe I lied. Maybe we're going to finish out her staff. Then we'll call it good. All right. All right. We call that good. Hope everyone has been having fun with the streaming lately. Hope everyone enjoyed this stream. And call it a night. You guys have fun, and see you later.